Hello, YouTube. Let me know if you are here in the chat. Today we're talking about my 18-year journey. I would say maybe 44 year. It's been my entire life, but as you guys know, I'm celebrating 18 years this month of discovering the law of attraction, manifestation with God, and it completely healing and changing my life. And I wanted to continue that conversation. A few days ago, we were on the Million Dollar Babes YouTube channel talking about that 18-year journey of how I discovered the law of attraction and even examples of women in my life before that official terminology was available to me that were practicing and living that way and getting to see high value women so closely has been such a big like joy and pleasure and honor of my life. And I never in a million years thought that I would be one of those women, that I would be a high value woman, that I would be a $1 million babe. And so the celebration continues, and I have no notes. I didn't think this out. I just wanted to come here and really put my raw, natural expression energy into this live stream, because this is also something that my YouTube channel is my archive for my children and my future grandchildren and future descendants on my journey of how I broke generational curses after generational curses, all the inner work that I've done, that entire journey to actually being someone who now has created a legacy for them, and a legacy that gets to keep paying forward 7 generations forward and 7 generations back, and also creating this beautiful ripple effect. So if you're someone that's just looking for top 10 ways to be a high value woman, I'm not sure if you're going to find that here. This is the journey of becoming. This is the journey of a lifetime. This is the best story ever written of a woman wanting to heal from the inside out, and that process that I went on. And what I would like to do is just kind of let the energy of the moment, the downloads and the questions and comments that you guys are making to just kind of guide that process and journey of what we're going to talk about. Hi, Ashley. Manur is here. Rupi is here. Welcome, everyone. Kiana, Christian, welcome. Fanye, nice to have you guys here. So through a series of events, through a series of heartbreak, ended up in a airport in 2006 with my 18-month-old son with me at the time, going through a really deep, dark season of life. And someone next to me, which I just remember at this point as this white figure, this white shadowy figure. I don't even remember if it was a man or a woman. I definitely 1000% believe it was an angel, said to me, I know what you need. You need the secret. And I was very much in a dark place at the time, not very social. And I grabbed my son, grabbed my bag, went into a bookstore to get away from this white shadowy figure. And as I looked up on the shelves, right in front of me was the book, The Secret. I bought it, threw it in my son's diaper bag, and it wouldn't be until a year later when I would finally remove that book from that bag and read it in 2007. And life has never been the same. And of course, that book, it was actually the DVD that I found a year later that really changed my life. But that was just the beginning. One thing that I keep hearing that I'm really kind of shocked with is when people say, oh, the law of attraction movie got it wrong, or the book got it wrong, or it didn't teach this, or it didn't say this. It's a 90-minute introduction into changing your life. Expecting that you're going to get a PhD in something in 90 minutes, it never even crossed my mind. I saw it as a download into a portal, into a rabbit hole of the most amazing Narnia ever. And so you'll never hear me saying the law of attraction, the secret movie got it wrong, or it missed this. Yeah, it's a 90-minute introduction. It changed my life because it gave me access to a world I had no idea existed up until this point. And at this point, I was already into personal development. I already had the best mentors and teachers and professors in university. And so I was already in the personal development world, but what I was missing was the energetics. What I was missing was the inner work. To me, inner work and personal development are two different things. Personal development is mindset work. It's a lot of information collection. It's a lot of learning, which is so great, and I love it. And it is actually the inner work, when you go the neck down, that becomes the biggest transformation in the portal. And so I see the last 18 months as when I discovered the secret, what happened was I went from personal development to inner work. It was the law of attraction that brought me to God. It was the law of attraction that brought me to the world of inner work, to the world of energy, to the world of self-concept, identity work, feminine energy, masculine energy. That was the gateway that opened the whole thing. And every month after that, every year after that, every decade, it's almost 2 decades, I have been going deeper and deeper and deeper into this portal. And my experience of becoming the high value woman, I can give you the science. My mind wants to go there, but I really just want to stay in my body with you today. Because when you look, I'll give you just the tiniest bit, and then I'm going to close that window. The word high value comes from evolutionary psychology, mate value. And mate value is your value in the eyes of a potential mate. And that's not my inner work. That's not my inner work. Because for me, inner work is my value in my eyes, my knowing of my value, my knowing of my worth, me being a high value woman in my own eyes, because the truth is, I'm a woman and I've always had value in the eyes of men. Like, why would I not, right? Like, female monkeys have value in the eyes of male monkeys. Like, animals can do that. Of course, duh, right? There's no divinity in that. It's just a fact of life. So being a woman, being incarnated into a female body, of course I have value in the potential mate. Like, of course men want me. That's not the most exciting part, is it? The most exciting part of this journey for me has been discovering my own value inside of me, becoming high value from the inside out, activating more and more and more of my feminine energy by simply removing what wasn't it. By just removing all of the things that weren't it. My favorite story is when Michelangelo was asked, how did he make the David? He said the David was always there. I just removed everything that wasn't it. And that is the journey for me. I got richer, sexier, happier, healthier through this whole process, not by adding something. It was already always me. It's just been this really amazing, intense, painful, beautiful, pleasurable, did I say intense? Experience of chipping away everything that wasn't me. So it really wasn't about finding some 10 things and then embodying it. It was about removing everything that was the conditioning on top of it. That was the limiting belief. That was the distortion that was on top of everything. And when I removed it, what remained was so pure and raw and beautiful and high value and full of just aliveness and femininity and raw potential. Like, I can do anything with this canvas. That's the real me. And so the last 18-year process has been slowly chipping away, layer by layer, everything that wasn't it. Zumba, oh, Leah said, my first time catching you live. I got an email invite, new to your work, but really love it. Amazing, Leah. Welcome to the family. I'm so happy to hear that you're on the email. 11:11 here in Cali. Beautiful. It's 1:11 here. Amazing. And I love that Ashley said, welcome to the party. Yes. Yes. For me, coming from so much trauma, and maybe that's your reality and maybe it isn't, but I think even whether it's big T trauma or little t trauma, we all have things that we put on as layers or masks and that we must remove layer by layer. And it gets to be fun, even though, gosh, some parts of it were so intense, but we let it be fun. And that, once that's removed, what's remaining is, to me, the high value woman. The part that was left, the part that was there all along, hiding under all of the blankets, all of the layers of conditioning of being told all these things and taught all these things by well-meaning caregivers that were in their own shadows and their own issues and their own survival. Once I started removing that, what remained was already high value. The other thing that I want to say is that it can seem like that you have to put things on to be feminine, or you have to like add things. But for me, the journey has been of removal, of unlearning. And through the last time I checked, 42,000 people had gone through my paid containers and coaching and all the things. And in holding those 42,000 people and tens of thousands more here on YouTube, I've learned that it's been similar for my clients and my students, where it's not like perform this and then you will be high value, wear this and then you will be feminine, speak like this and then you will be feminine. It's like, just like remove everything on top of who you already are, and then your natural essence, your natural flavor of femininity, your natural voice, your natural way of walking and talking and relating and being in the world will just remain. It will just, that's the only part of you that will remain. So I didn't have to layer anything on. In fact, I had a lot of layers to remove. Hello, you're my only coach. Thank you for sharing this. You're so welcome. I'm touched. Amazing. I'm so happy to hear this. What else is coming up for you? What are you feeling in your body as you're hearing this? That has been the process, and parts of it was so beautiful. And parts of it was so intense that it brought me to my knees in prayer and pain, sometimes going through really dark tunnels. But again, that doesn't have to be everyone's story. I just had a lot of things I had to work through. But on the other end, I've been able to unclench, unconstrict. My heart has been more open. My body's been open. I've attracted my soulmate relationship, marriage, my soulmate relationship with my children, my soulmate clients, my passion, my purpose, my relationship with God, the most robust it has ever been, came through this portal of healing myself and then through the overflow, the planet. 111 of us here when I joined. Beautiful. Audra, it's so nice to see you. Kieran said, you've made my life so beautiful. Kieran, oh, I just want to give you a big hug. That just like opens up my heart even more. Just hearing that makes me so emotional. Just love that I get to have it all. Absolutely. And the thing is, Roxy, you always were it. You always had it all. But then there were distortions. But then there were lies. But then there was conditioning. But then there was limiting beliefs. And then there was us discovering this work, this beautiful work, which gets to be play, actually. Maybe we should change it from inner work to inner play. It's this beautiful play inside of us. And when I close my eyes and really tap into the energy of the journey, what I realize is it's been me going inside which then alters the outside. Instead of trying to control and manipulate the outside, hoping that then we feel some sort of way on the inside, for me, the journey has been going on the inside, unlocking the bits that were stuck there, which then changes the reflection or the hologram or the simulation that I'm experiencing here on this planet. I love this so much and feel so deeply called to feel that raw version of me. Thank you for saying it so beautifully, Mina. Thank you so much. I'm so happy you were able to receive it. It just really feels like being liberated. And I'm so glad that this transmission is being recorded here for my children as well, because I want them to know that at the end of it all, they were my inspiration. They were my muse for really healing myself and liberating myself from the chains so that I didn't pass on that trauma, so that I didn't pass on that conditioning, that I didn't pass on that limitation, that I gave them a clean slate. I'm not valuable is a theme that always comes up even today while journaling. You talking about this is piercing. Just let yourself receive this. And here's the thing. What does valuable even mean? And valuable to whom? Right? When a baby is born, do we say, do this, this, and this, and then you shall be valuable? Right? And so from different dimensions, yes, there's different value, right? And we can talk about that. Like in the eyes of God, I have infinite value because I am and because he created me, and that's it. That's a fact. That's a full stop. And how am I valuable to me has a different meaning. I have my own values of what it means to be a valuable person, a valuable member of my family, a valuable member of society. I have my own values around that, and I abide by those. That's me being in integrity to what I believe and I know to be true. And then beyond that, as a business owner, I exchange value with people. So when people in the marketplace or have a desire or have a problem that they want to solve or a desire or goal they want to move into, they say, okay, who is the teacher that can take me there? Who is the teacher that can help calibrate me? And when they see that I have value, they exchange value with me in the form of money. So that's another definition of value. And I think all of these definitions of value are so important and so nuanced and so important to contemplate so that we're not just lumping all of it all in one thing. So I'm not the type of person that says, okay, I don't have to add anything to society. I'm just valuable. I'm just going to sit here on the couch and not do anything. Okay, that's one way of looking at life, but that's not me. I'm always increasing my own value in myself, in my relationship with the divine, in my marriage, in my parenting, and in the marketplace. And that's an experience that I want to have on this planet. So really just pausing and saying, well, what does value mean? Because the actual term high value woman comes from evolutionary psychology. I don't think most people realize that. They just heard it somewhere and they're just saying it. And that's beautiful in evolutionary psychology. You guys know that's my jam. I love it. And as a married 44-year-old woman, that's an outdated perception for me at this point. Of course, men want me, duh. Of course, that they're just wired to want that. And what does that have to do with me is the next question, and I get to work with that. I feel the urge to cry and I don't know why. Thank you, Mina, for being such a beautiful vessel in life. Babe, there's something that must be released. And allow those beautiful tears to cleanse your liver and cleanse the shame and cleanse the story and cleanse the emotions and just clean, like let it out. Like tears are so beautiful. They're so healing. I've been listening to you for years and your message is always consistent and delivers true value for the feminine essence. Thank you, Katrina Ann. I appreciate you. I was watching an older video of yours this morning and you were talking about cleansing everything to your closet schedule, people to bringing barakat in your life. Yes, 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 yes. Our subconscious very much receives imagery and messages from our environment. And for some people, it looks different person to person. But for me, like cleansing out, deletion in my life of things that no longer resonate, things that are no longer me, can really help anchor in more of me, more of the self-concept, more of the identity of who I truly am. So that can be such a healing process. I was calling in a new mentor right before I found you, right on time. Beautiful, Ashley. We pray and then the answers to show up. Isn't that beautiful? I love you, Irene. Mina, thank you. You were the first coach and a meaningful person that helped me on my journey back to self. Beautiful, Karen. I'm so happy to hear that. This all feels so delicious because we know it as truth. We know at the end of the time, at the end of the day, it was always just us. It just buried under eons and generations and lifetimes of conditioning. People have been contacting me for advice. It's making me realize I am high value. I'm ready to be compensated for it. I declare it now. Yes, yes, not yes. Now you get to be compensated. People get to exchange value with you. They bring the value and the energy of money, and you bring the value and the energy of your presence and your wisdom, and it gets to be a beautiful divine exchange. Yes, yes. Absolutely. And so really just going through the process of what does value actually mean to me? And once you have that, is that the actual definition of value that I want to embody? Is that the value that I want to hold? Because sometimes we find a definition where like, I don't know where that came from, but I know that's not the definition I want to embody. What days are you usually live? I'm so glad I caught you. So I don't have a schedule. I run my business, my life, like my online life around my family, my children, all the things. And in fact, since you brought it up, I do want to share that this is the last week of my kids' school break. And or I'm sorry, the start of their school break. It's summer now for us, and this is the last week. And so I want to, every year for summer, I recalibrate my energy and my schedule because there's only so many beautiful divine summers that we get to have with our kids before they're adults and they have different schedules and different things going on. And so I readjust. And typically every summer, the last 3 summers, we went all over the world traveling. We spent our summers in Europe, and I pulled away from my free content to hold space for that and the summer and my private clients. This year, I had the intention of still being able to deliver free content as well. I have a lot of things, fun things going on in Kainat Success Academy, my paid coaching and all things. And so what I did is I'm still going to be here live when I can, but I opened up a free Telegram called 8-Figure Wild Stream. So if you guys want to join me there, it is free to join. You just download the Telegram app and the link is in the description box for you guys. And that way, if I have a quick download and I'm sitting at the pool or out and about, I can just put it in there as a voice note and you can receive that transmission. I also have a free 2 free masterclasses for you guys. One is the dark feminine energy cheat codes, and the other one is resourceful, connecting with source and becoming resourceful. And that is all available for free in the description box as well. 2:22 p.m. in PA. The universe is collaborating for sure, always, always. We go first and then the universe follows. We take the first step and the universe calibrates the rest. That has been my experience. Through the law of attraction, through inner work with God, I have manifested. I like to joke, and it's the truth, that I ran out of manifestations. Like anything that my heart could have ever desired, through inner work, I've been able to unlock it, manifest it, have it, hold it, compound it, grow into it, evolve with it, all the things. My relationship with my husband, my relationship with my kids, more money than I can ever spend, my relationship with my clients, my work, my passion, my purpose on this planet, the what I get to give back to society, the kind of wardrobe that I have, how I speak, the way I move, the impact, the car, the wardrobe, the handbags, the shoes, the jewelry, the books, the spiritual transformations, the alchemy. Like when I say all, I mean all. I mean all. Love the wild stream term. So fun. Yes, it's wild, it's feminine, it's liberated. No editing, no holding back. In fact, the first episode in there is called Exposing Mina Irfan, because I find that most women, most of us, because we have the witch wound, we have the persecution wound, we're so afraid of being seen, we're so afraid of being visible. Our biggest, deepest, darkest fears are being exposed. I'm exposing myself. In the last 14 years, I've been on this journey of exposing myself. Here I am in the raw. Here I am in the flesh. It's all here for you. And so instead of fearing being called out, I'm calling myself out. Here I am. Hi. Instead of fearing being exposed, here I am. Real, raw, vulnerable. Here's all of me. The beauty, the radiance, the wisdom, the stretch marks, the scars, the lessons, all of it. Here it is. Hi. And so it's been just this beautiful liberation. Please talk more about feminine, dark feminine energy. Yes, I actually have a free masterclass for you. And so you can sign up via the email list. It's all about dark feminine energy cheat codes, and you can go ahead and take that class. It's absolutely free. Go ahead and receive that, because I noticed in all of your comments you've asked for it, but you missed that I already gave it to you. Sometimes we're so busy just asking that we forget to receive. So just for a moment, if you would even put it in the chat, say, I receive your free Dark Feminine Energy Masterclass. Just write it out, because I've seen at least 100 comments from you asking for it. And I keep responding saying, here it is, it's for free, but you forgot to receive. And that's another thing we have to learn. Is sometimes we're so busy being in the lack of it and the asking of it that we forget to actually receive it. It's here. It's here. You can have it. Instead of fear, I'm exposing myself. Yes. That's what I've done for the last 14 and a half years, is I've come here and shared with you all of it. The lessons, the child abuse, the sexual abuse, the rape, like I have exposed it all. And then I've also shared with you how I picked myself back up, how I healed, how I put myself back together, the tears, the joy, the journey, the lessons, the inner work. I just shared it. Exposed myself. Here it is. I receive it. Beautiful, Roxy. Yes, I am receiving. I think sometimes we have to click out of the asking and click on the receiving. And that has also been such a big part of my inner work, because I grew up, I came into a DNA where you gave at your own expense. And so I had to go through the process of, first, I had to realize that I had been groomed to give in a very toxic way. I was groomed to give at my expense. So first I had to learn to pull back, take back my power. And then I said, well, I do want to give though. I do love being generous. I do want to give from my overflow. And so I had to then fix my relationship with giving, not giving to people please, not giving then you will love me, not giving and then you'll, I will belong, not giving and then I'm worthy. I am worthy. I do belong. I am enough. I do want to give. I'm generous. And then giving from that overflow. So I went from being raised in a culture of toxic charity, toxic giving, giving at your expense, to finding my power and then giving from my overflow, which has been such a beautiful journey, because this giving from my overflow actually is even more nourishing. It's even more receiving. I've been loving the idea of exposing yourself. I felt a full pull to go deeper into identity journey publicly. Yes, girl. Yeah. Here's the thing, babe. Here, I know you're going to hear me and you get me. In 3 generations, every single person that's ever known me will not be alive anymore. Any person that's ever actually personally known me will be gone in about 3 generations. And then I will just be a concept. I will be someone's late grand descendant, ancestor, I should say. I will just be a lost memory. So what a shame would it be if I took with me all of my wisdom, all of my lessons, all of my scars, everything at the expense of, oh my God, someone's gonna expose me. I shall be exposed. What a shame. So why not, in the time that I have been given, I just show up and I expose all of the layers of who I am, all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. And in that process, I not only liberate myself, but I end up helping someone that maybe needed to hear that exact message instead of hoarding it because, oh my God, the shame. Oh my God, the guilt. Oh my God, I can't talk about that because then I won't be perfect or then I will be judged. It's like anyone that is even hearing me won't even exist in 3 generations. Who the fuck cares? Who cares? But if in sharing that, someone hears something that helps them, even the tiniest bit, isn't that a part of my legacy? Isn't that a part of my legacy? He just said, yes, I receive it. Beautiful. Now you're in receiving energy. Okay. I look at this as a walkie-talkie. So let's imagine that this was a walkie-talkie. In a walkie-talkie, when you press the button, you talk. Okay, so that's you asking, but then you must release the button to hear the response. That's you receiving. Sometimes people keep asking and they can't receive it because even the response is coming, you forget to release your finger. You just released your finger and now it's there. Beautiful. Yes, I think women on the internet sharing this is transformative. Yes, well, otherwise God wouldn't have given us the internet. There's always a divine purpose to each manifestation, to each innovation, to each piece of invention. There's always a divine purpose. Technology is one of the most divine interventions, inventions, patents, whatever you want to call it, portals. AI is a very big divine portal. And with anything that's divine and holy and new, the first layer of human consciousness, the lowest layer is fear-based. When electricity was invented, they thought it was the devil. It was a divine invention, but they thought it was the devil. The first lowest consciousness is fear-based with everything. They've even turned God into fear. It's the lowest level. And so we're seeing when the car was invented, the same thing happened with everything, Phones did everything. It's always the lowest level first sees it as the devil, evil, fear, wrong, the end of times. And so the same thing happens with technology. There's always distortions, but actually technology is such a divine vehicle to carry our presence, our message, our love, our healing to people that, like some of you guys are on the opposite end of the world. You and I would ever have crossed paths in real life if it wasn't for this divine technology. So anytime there's a call to action for the highly conscious to use that vehicle to bring change, to bring our message, to bring our voice, to bring our energy, to bring healing to the planet, to bring evolution at the end of the day. And so we live in this time with this beautiful divine technology to be able to take this message to bigger and bigger groups. So true. Wow. This is just what I needed. Yes. We are finally speaking globally with each other and realizing we are all going through the same things. Yep. History repeating itself until it heals. And it will keep repeating until we heal as a collective. Last night, I wrote in my journal, I asked God to show me the right mentor coach for me. Went on my day, took an afternoon nap, checked my inbox. There, the universe guru is waiting. I received it. Yeah. These divine co-creations, I live for this. I love this. Thank you for sharing. The internet was made for me, for us, for our generation. I love it. Absolutely. Otherwise, why would we have chosen this time exactly in this moment to incarnate? Because of this technology, because of this vehicle. I learned so much from you and from Instagram and TikTok about how to level up my life. Beautiful. Are we soul connected, Mina? We have worked together, or we mentored us in all multiple lifetimes. Is it beautiful? Yes, 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 to all of it. I think we all keep reconnecting to do that next layer with each other. Soul family, I really do believe it. Yes, finger off the button. Receive it. Yes. I'm open to receiving it. I received it. Thank you, Mina. You're so welcome. Can we speak on Barbies being a feminine? In our feminine, yes. So we are feminine. We just are. And through a series of events that happens in the self-aware Barbie's life, she adds on masks, she adds on layers of things that are not it. So the journey that the self-aware Barbie must go on is a journey of unlearning. What can happen, and this it definitely happened with me as well, is the self-aware Barbie loves personal development. She can intuit that there's something in her. There's more potential. There's something that she can't quite fully access yet. As amazing as she is, as genius as she is, as driven as she is, there's something there calling her, summoning her. So she goes in this path of personal development, not realizing that all of that, which as beautiful as that is, it's just still putting on more layers, because she receives it as, oh, okay, I need to do this and then I will be more feminine. Oh, okay, I need to do that and then I will be more this. Not realizing that that's also just more posturing, more putting on masks. And it's, instead of liberating, it's like more things added to the to-do list. So once I discovered the law of attraction, which then led me to inner work, I realized, oh, inner work is not personal development. It's not information consumption. It's actually going deep, and actually this process of deconstruction where you're removing things. It's not learning, it's actually unlearning. So in that process, it's what you end up removing everything that's basically not it. That's the journey that the self-aware Barbie goes on. And if you would like help on this, I'm recommending the Sacred Feminine Intensive before even you go into the Self-Aware Barbie Activated portal, which is amazing as well. But I would say I'm being called to say, get the free masterclasses first, grab that. And then you can use, there's a gift in there you can use in the portal to go into the Sacred Feminine. The Basic Babe Bundle is a great one to really start doing the work from the neck down. Just joined your Telegram, excited, amazing. I'm excited to have you in there. There's a money code, a money transmission coming through. So episode 2 in there, I just started that a few days ago, I think 2 days ago. So the next one, I'm feeling like it's going to be on money. Money being a spiritual vehicle. How can we heal our wounded masculine energy? So I would start with watching the free masterclasses that I just recommended that you just joined. And then from there, the next thing that's being calling you is gonna go, it's gonna activate. Irfan and I, my husband and I, are working on a inner masculine masterclass that will be added to the existing Basic Babe bundle. So if you have it, and we're adding that this year, that will actually teach you how to be in your healthy masculine energy, which heals the wounded feminine. The wounded feminine does not heal with feminine energy work. It actually heals with masculine energy work. And so that that starts with the basic babe bundle. And we're also adding a brand new training this year to it. I like to like update my courses with like the next thing. Let's see. Mina, you helped me reach my goals in so many ways. I just started music as I have always wanted. And a lot of what I have learned from you is coming up through the lyrics and vibes in my songs. Miss you. Oh my God, Frida, I love this music. Is such a divine portal. And so you literally healing yourself, upgrading yourself. Now you're bringing that frequency through sound. Like I have chills. I just want to like sit in that image of you creating this beautiful, divine, spiritual healing for people through your music. Oh my gosh. Whew. And the ripple effect that that gets to create. Oh my goodness. I see it for you. Oh my goodness. Thank you for existing. You're healing the planet through your music, through your healed music. Mm. The ripple effect of this work. Oh my goodness. Whew. Mm. That feels so good. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, just did the free masterclass. The prayer in the um, container course changed my life, and I have it printed out and posted it in 6 areas of my life, in my house and car. Oh my God, which prayer, babe? Are you talking about the money activation in the free portal? Container. Okay, amazing. Amazing. In the container workbook. I think that's what you're talking about. Yes, you could, ladies, that's absolutely a free gift. Go and enjoy it. It's in the description box for you. PJ probably went into your spam. Check your spam. It gets sent out to you. Mina, do you sync your schedule based on your monthly cycle? So gorgeous. I talked about this in my feminine energy mega trainings. At that time when I taught that deep portal, I was in that at the journey I was at that time, I was creating my schedule based on my my monthly cycle. And that worked for me, and it was very much true at the time. Where I am now in my embodiment and my inner work, I sync my schedule to what's needed in the moment. And so because I have a very strong inner authority, like I know I can trust myself to get done everything that I say I'm going to do. I'm a woman of my word. I'm a woman of God. Like my word is law. So because I have that strong energetic authority that I will do what I'm saying I'm going to do, I can flow moment to moment. Now, if you are in the basic babe stage, that's not going to resonate with you. So this message is not for you at that time. If you're in $1 million babe or higher, yes, you can take this message. I want to be careful with who's taking my message, because if a basic babe who doesn't have inner authority yet hears this message and she doesn't have a schedule, she may not, her life might start falling apart. And that would not be, the integral use of this work. So now that I'm in $1 million babe phase, I tap into what's true and alive. So today I woke up and I tapped into my energy. I created my state for the day. I went into Kainat office hours and we had a delicious 2-hour training in there, like just deep with the girls in Kainat. We welcomed new members in there. And while I was in Kainat, I tapped into this feeling and knowing that I wanted to go live with you today. So after I taught Kainat, I created this live stream. And before I hopped on for 10 minutes, I sat here saying, what needs to come through? God, what would you have me say? What would you have me say today? And then I knew the message that I wanted to say. I got like these ting, 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 these like little pings. And then I didn't even write it down. I was like, okay, I got enough. I'm going to show up. I'm going to get out of my way. I'm going to open my body, my field, and my heart. And I'm just going to be with my family here today. My online family, my community that I've built and nurtured and nourished for the last 14 and a half years. And I know that we've got this really amazing cuisine being delivered to my house in probably, what time is it? Probably be coming in about 20 minutes or so. And then I'm gonna tap into my energy and go eat with my family and be with them, and I'll decide the rest of my day from there. So I can do that now. My frequency, my energetic authority, my inner work has earned that. So to answer your question, babe, at this point, I tap into the cycle and the period, and each period for me is different. Some periods require a little bit for rest for me, a little bit more inward. And even though I will have call schedule, what I do is I'll go on Zoom with my girls and I'll say, girls, I'm on my period. I'm just going to do audio only. And they love it. And then when I'm in my high energy, in my big energy, like now I'm just coming off of my cycle, then I'll do my more video stuff. So I can flow with it now. But at that time in 2018, 2019, when that content was being recorded, and I'm glad that's recorded, because for those of you guys that need that information, you have that. It's forever recorded in there for you to tap into. So whatever timeline you need from me, I've got it. If you need a timeline that's that version of me, you can go plug into that in my free content and my paid content, and then you got the most current version of me here. Mina, do you think you will speak on perimenopause? I'm experiencing symptoms. It feels like a new stage in body experience. What a beautiful journey, gorgeous. So I will when I'm there. I'm a 4-6 projector in human design. And the four line is all about community and only teaching and being in your community and not unsolicited, not without the invitation. And then the 6th line is all about sharing from embodied wisdom. So I do not have permission from the divine to speak on perimenopause yet. When I'm there, I will, for sure. When it's embodied wisdom, you will hear from me. I'm Muslim from Morocco. Welcome, Latifa. I can't date because in our culture, we wait till man propose and choose if we expect him to engage and marry him or not. I'm 27. How to get married. So my technique and my process actually is based on Eastern culture and evolutionary psychology. So it works with our culture. So you can follow my process. I have a ton of free content that you can tap into. And then I also have the Get the Ring Now formula, which is a course that you can take that will teach you the process. And it's halal. No sex before marriage. Like even people all over the world follow it now. People from all cultures, all religions follow our halal dating principles. And it comes from our culture because our culture has still not evolved out of how humans have been doing it. So you're going to love it. You're in the right place. Let's see. Mina, will you do a workbook for Lady Balls? I have one already, gorgeous. You can buy it on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, wherever books are sold. I think I have it in here. I may have it in here. Oh, it's right here. No, do I have it back here? Let me see if I can pull it out. Here. This was the original prototype copy, but yes, you can get it. Here's the workbook. Lots of things in here. I don't know if it shows. It's like kind of glaring it out. It's showing you blank pages right now, but there's journal prompts and there's things in here. There's things that you can work with. You're so welcome. Hello, Mirza. I feel like I always get the sweetest comments from you. Thank you so much for all of your love and your blessings and your comments. Mina, you were on fire 2 weeks ago. Last week, I couldn't find you live anywhere, and I knew to send you some love, understanding that you were probably your period after fiery. The funny thing is that I was live last week as well, but I think that it's so interesting what the algorithm sometimes does. But Thank you so much for sending me love. I received that, but I was live, I believe, last week as well. On both channels, but somewhere, maybe I wasn't. I feel like sometimes there's like this social media omnipresence type of effect that happens where even when I'm not live or plugged in, you experience it because I have so much other content. And then sometimes you can't find it. So it's kind of an interesting energetic thing that happens. Mina, I got your Hack His Motherboard masterclass. Yes, it's called the Arouse His Love masterclass, and it saved my relationship with me and my fiance. It's almost like the energy completely shifted once I laid back. You are amazing. Thank you. Alexandra, I'm so happy that that masterclass helped you. Yes, it comes with the basic pay bundle for those of you guys that are wondering, or it's a $97 little masterclass. I think it's got 14 hours of like transmissions in there, but yes, I'm so glad that it was helpful for you. Yes, it's such a great reminder for all of us. And it works in business too. It works in all areas. Mina, listening to you all the way from Bosnia. Oh my goodness. Welcome. Sometimes you give me vibes that reminds me of Nicki Minaj, that savage goddess, tough love, hot and gorgeous energy. Thank you, Frida. That's a compliment. I received that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see what is coming up. Oh, this is a good question that Christina just asked. Wait, I think I'm gonna cough, so let me mute myself. Sorry. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't want to cough. I'm unmuted now, right? Yes, I think I am. Okay, so Christina said, Mina, is it necessary to tell potential suitors that I'm a virgin? So here's my question back to you. What is the purpose of revealing it? What is the intention? Because the answer to most questions like that is, what's the intention? Because if the intention is, let me do this so that I can manipulate this, or let me do this so he doesn't think this. If there's a story behind it, don't do it. Don't do it, girl. But if the intention is, it came up organically and there was no manipulation, no strategy, no contortion, no posturing, no putting a mask, no ego, hear it. So it's the intention behind it, because that changes the words. I leaned back so much, I don't think I want to be engaged to him. How do I know? This goes back to inner work. And I wanted to say that I feel like sometimes people that are just consuming information, and I'm not saying that that's you, I'm just kind of just sharing my perspective of what's coming up, is if you just hear a concept and you start practicing it without actually healing from the neck down, we tend to play in the extremes. It's like we're too feminine and then we're too masculine, and then we're too this and then we're too lean back, instead of like the actual real, raw, alive truth of what you want to do. So we want to make sure we're not posturing, that we're actually going deep and learning what we want to do. Your videos are fantastic. Keep it up. I come from a Pakistani background, born and brought up in the UK. Your videos give me strength. Amazing. I'm so happy to hear that, Mirza. Can you please add the link to that mini masterclass? Ashley, are you talking about Arouse His Love? So the actual masterclass is, I think, 60 minutes. But then you guys know how I roll. I gave that and it's like life-changing. And then I had all of these like bonus transmissions And I just kept adding and adding and adding in the bonuses. And then before you know it, it's like over. Why is it not coming up? It was like over 14 hours long. But don't be scared. The actual class is just 60 minutes. Deeply powerful. I think that's the one you mean. So I'm just going to put it. I believe it's $97, or you can get it as part of the basic babe bundle. If you have it and you want to upgrade to the basic babe bundle, don't forget to use your code. There's a code inside that you can use to upgrade. I prefer to not say I'm a virgin because I would like to know if the man is not wearing a mask. I think respectful men don't ask if you're a virgin. I'm from the West. Exactly. There's your answer. So do you see that it's not a yes or no answer? It's like, what's my truth? And of course, asking for your truth is a layered process, because every time I would ask, I would have to do inner work to unravel more and more and more. But that's the beautiful journey, right? Versus someone just giving me an answer from outside of me that's not me. Like, it may or may not resonate, but like, what do I know? What's my direct knowing? What's my truth? Hack the motherboard. Oh my God. So funny story. So my Arouse His Love Masterclass has been around since like 2018. That's when I created it. I updated it. I redid it in 2020, I believe, or 2021. But that original masterclass has been there forever. Last year, I had a client took that class, and she was in a private container with me, and she said, it's almost like I hacked his motherboard. And I was like, oh my God, I love that. So I put on YouTube, or I think I might have put it in the sales page, hack his motherboard. And oh my God, my team wanted to murder me, because what happened after that is we got flooded with emails of people saying, I want the hack the motherboard masterclass, but like when I click on it, this is coming up, or I can't find it. And they were like, why did you call it that? Because now they're so confused. So it's the same class. I just thought it was so funny how she had said that she feels like she hacked his motherboard. And so I just used it as like a tagline. So the Arouse His Love Masterclass is hack his motherboard. That masterclass is power packed. It's a whole transmission. It's life-changing. Yes. Mina, I keep getting very low sales in my business, and I've been into manifestation for a year now, and I have manifested a bunch of stuff, but something really blocks money through my business. I feel you, gorgeous. So first of all, this is a great realization and awareness that, okay, I'm doing manifestation work and I'm manifesting, but there's something with money. Here's the thing with money. Women, we have a really distorted relationship with money, because we've never quite directly had access to it. We always received it through someone else, through a tribe, through our parents, through our partner. And now, in the last couple of generations, we are in this really, really blessed portal where we get to make our own money. We get to have our own money. And it is a divine duty that we do that, because it's a healing for the whole planet. Every woman that unlocks wealth for her unlocks it. It's the 4-minute mile, or even the 100 monkey theory, right? It's like it's evolving the consciousness of what we get to have. And so it is our birthright to have to be able to access it. And it's new. And anything that's new, it's scary for the nervous system. It's scary for the subconscious, right? And so with my work, what I help women do is, instead of just saying, well, just go make more money, it's like, okay, what's like the female collective story? What's the subconscious epigenetic wiring of the collective, of the family, and then of the individual? And we start slowly, but really powerfully and really fast. My work is slow and fast. So it's slow in the sense that it bypasses the conscious mind and goes into the subconscious, the wiring, and then there's rapid transformation. But I call it slow because it's not like just consuming information. It's slow means the going in, and then there's rapid transformation. The interesting thing is that I was telling the ladies in Kainat today, because we did a lot of money subconscious work in today's class. I basically show up in Kainat mentorship class in the office hours, and they bring whatever they have, and we let the session evolve. And the practices and the work and the healing work I can do in there, I'm not able to do on YouTube. And so we went really deep and worked through the money stuff. And I said to the ladies, actually, someone brought it up. They said this needs to be its own course. I'm like, there is something more coming through me. But I'm gonna start sharing that in the wild stream. And I think collectively women are so ready to start healing the money wound. And I want to say money. I don't want to call it prosperity. I don't want to call it abundance. Those are beautiful words. I use those words, but I want every single woman on this planet to get used to saying the word money. Money. If you watch my live stream a few days ago on the other channel, when on my $1 Million Babes channel, my money channel, celebrating my 18-year anniversary for manifestation, someone asked a question and she called it financial abundance. And I'm like, hold on right there. What the hell is financial abundance? Why are we not saying I want to be filthy rich? Why are we not saying obscene money? Why are we not saying money, 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 play shop? And I want you to get comfortable saying that because words hold power. And as long as we are afraid to say certain words because of the programming, we're not going to let ourselves fully access those things. Yeah. I'm new to your work, Mina. I need some guidance on where to start with your amazing courses. Thank you. Leah, that's such a beautiful question. We get asked that a lot. And my first answer will always be, if you hear me saying something in any of my courses, or if you go into my website and you're tapping in, the one that like jumps out to you, the one you're like, oh, there might be some resistance, but you're like, oh, that's the one. I want you to learn to trust yourself because that way, even before you make a purchase, you're already healing. However, sometimes people are like, no, Mina, I just really need your guidance. I would say the best like places to start is the basic babe bundle, the nervous system reboot, and even Lady Balls intensive. Ooh, Lady Balls intensive, it's fire. It's like state work, like changing your state. Ooh, it's so good. It's my favorite. So when you hear me saying basic babe bundle, is it a yes or a no in your body? Like not in your mind, not what do I need? What feels good? Okay, when I say 3-week nervous system reboot, is that a yes or a no? And a no, a yes might be yes, but like scared, yes, but like scared of like when you have fear, ask yourself, is this the fear of desire or is this the fear of fire? And you'll know. The fear of desire is, oh my God, do I get to have this? The fear of desire, that's a yes. A fear of fire is like, I'm creating a story about like death, dying. This is not safe. And that will start giving you important information. When you hear the frequency of these courses, and the thing is, some people make logical, rational decisions, and that's so beautiful. I love that. I love that. I love that for them. Where I am, and a big part of the healing that I help my clients do is they go from that to being able to tap in. In fact, if you go to my $1 Million Babes channel, yesterday I posted a testimonial from one of our Kainat students. She actually shared that with us in Slow Sex Fast Money course, and then she upgraded into Kainat just today. And I shared that testimonial from her of her sharing her journey of how she I don't actually, did I share that bit yet? Yes, I did drop it. And she shared her bit about how in the beginning, it was just the free content that she was consuming. And she used that to manifest money to come into my courses, and then use that to manifest her own. She has a business now, she's making money. And yesterday, she had this huge portal open and she woke up to sales coming in while she was sleeping. And she was saying that in the beginning, she used to think about the sales as, no, that was the, there's another testimonial coming. That was Maria, my other gynae student. She said that in the beginning, she would make mental decisions about this or that. Should I do this or that? And it's like you weigh like the cons and pros, and I can relate to that. That used to be me. And then she came to my work, and now she's in this place where she goes, is this a hell yes in my body? Is this a yes in my body? And so what I want to do is, whether you buy my courses or not, even if you're just signing up for the free container workbook, or you're just tapping into this, how does this feel in your body? How does this transmission, this message, being here with us, purchasing something, not purchasing, eating this, not eating this, wearing this color, wearing that color, reading this book, reading that book, watching this show, the other show, how does it feel? Because that way I've already given you the healing, the first activation, before you've even stepped in. You're already in the energy of it. Yeah, it is this in resonance with your truth? Yeah. No wonder when I call in money, I keep receiving it from my parents. So here's the thing, babe. Okay, thank you for sharing that. That tells me something really important for you. It's not that you have a problem with money. You have open portals. Okay, you just revealed to me you don't have a problem with money. There's some kind of a story about receiving it from your business. That's your block, which is great. That's good information. That's good to know. So if you were my client and you're in Kaina, this is what I would work with you. This is what I would like work. And in fact, if you're not ready for Kainat yet, I have something for you guys. On June 4th, if you want to be with me in a very small, tiny group of women in Telegram, Telegram is a audio messaging app. I have what's called Millionaire Oracle happening that day, which is a full day, 8 a.m. Central Time to 8 p.m. Central Time, just me, you, and a couple other women. And if you want to talk to me in there, when you leave a voice message, you ask your question, I can read in your transmission, in your words, and your energy, and I can voice note you back, and we can work on this in your subconscious. So if you want to join me there, it's a very low ticket investment. I want to just be of service and be there and with you working on your thing. I have to share this with you guys. Something really interesting is happening. In 2016, when I launched my coaching practice, I was just doing single one-on-one coaching sessions. And eventually I started doing these little coaching packages. And then in November of 2017, I launched my first digital course, and then another one, and then another one, and then group coaching containers. And I went on this whole journey. And then what's really interesting is now, right now, the May 2025 version of Mina, the one in this timeline now, I'm really like wanting that deep connection of like really small, intimate group, like kind of like what we have going on, and like, and just like access to being able to coach you again. So it's really interesting. I've come like a full circle. I've been coaching this entire time. I've had private coaching clients. I've had group coaching containers, but it's different. It's like, it's almost like, coaching and like being able to mentor you in real time is like pulling me in again in a different way. I hope that makes sense. I think you get the frequency of it. But yeah, so that's why I'm opening up these tiny portals. I'm obsessed with Gaina. That's like to me the ultimate place. That's home. I feel like my entire life God was preparing me to be able to hold these women in this divine container. That's my home. I love that. That's my forever place. And in addition, I also recognize that some people they're ready just for the free content right now. And I love that. welcome. You're always welcome to free content. Always, always, always. And then there's other people that are like, I can't do Kainaat yet, but I need access to you. I need something. I want you, like, you know, your energetics, your response. Then we have these small portals. And if you're on my email list, I'm going to be sending these in. If they call out to you, grab them fast. They go fast. So Millionaire Oracle sold out in 18 hours. So they because they are small group, because I want to be able to be with you really in that space. Money, money, money. Yes. Mina, I have many good opportunities for jobs in tech, and I'm good at it. I have invested so much. However, I prefer making content for empowerment. I love it so much. How do I take the lead? So here's what we do. We put our hand on our heart. We drop in. We take the finger off of the the asking button. We sit and we say, God, what would you have me do next? Dear God, if I couldn't make a mistake, if every decision I made was the right decision, if there was nothing I could do to mess this up, if I could always trust myself, if the truth was the truth was the truth and I was the truth, if it was always in the highest good of all, what would you have me do? And then without going into the mental plane and trying to figure it out, we let the answer reveal itself. Hi, Valentina. She said it always feels good listening to you. So much wisdom. Thank you. You're so welcome, gorgeous. Fear of desire. I'm going with that. Love that. Thanks, Mina. You're welcome, Leah. Thank you so much. So grateful for you. Thank you, Audra. I love, love, love this. I'm wanting to share my messages. I think what you were saying about being seen and vulnerable was interesting. Yes. Exposing the truth, letting ourselves be seen and witnessed. And here's the secret. If you want to be seen, see yourself and see others, and you will be seen. You remember in the other live stream, I talked about see yourself, see others, and then receive them seeing you, the 3-part process of healing, of embodiment. Yeah. Thank you so much, ladies, for sharing your energy, being here with me today. This felt so good, so delicious. My free container workbook and Dark Feminine Energy Masterclass, the Resourceful Masterclass, the Wealth Activation. There's a Enjoying Money Pleasure exercise in there. All of that is free. It's in the description box along with everything else. I love you so much, and I'll see you in all the places. Thank you so much. Bye.